Hey guys, welcome back to Dad's Foxbody Garage. Um, it's Monday after work. Thought I'd come out here and adjust the idle and let it warm up, do its thing, whatever. Check things out because I was having that overheating issue last week, and thought it was all taken care of, but I just got this bad feeling that I got a bad head gasket. So what I'm seeing here is the engine will warm up, and like if I fill up the radiator, like, so this is last time I filled up the radiator, went for a cruise, and it didn't overheat, right? Got back, shut the car off, overflow tank bubbles a bit, a little bit of water goes in there. And I came out today, checked the radiator level, and it wasn't full. It was down, I don't know, 3 inches maybe. So I'm like, wow, why didn't it siphon back in? So I'm like, well, thinking in my head, I'm like, well, maybe when the car warms up, the water will expand. Well, car heated up real quick. I mean, within, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes of idling, it might have been 20. Car went like hot again, right? So I shut it off and started looking at stuff. There was pressure, but the radiator was only hot on the lower side. So waited for it to cool a little bit and popped the cap and texted my buddy, and he's like, well, make sure the water pump's spinning the right way. If it is, you should see coolant flowing through the cores, right? So I added some water until I got it up to a couple inches below the top of the cap, and fired it back up. And once I started, I had to add a little more water, probably added half a gallon, and I could see it doing what it should, right? And by then the temperature was good, so I'm thinking, well, maybe there wasn't enough water to activate the thermostat. So put the cap back on, let it run a little more, and temperature stayed okay, but like as it's running, it's pushing water into my overflow tank. And I don't know, that seems like a head gasket to me. It's just like it might be a small leak. It's just pressurizing the coolant enough to push water out of the radiator. So I think what I'm gonna do is, I saw on Amazon they have a pressurizing kit. It looks pretty simple. I think it's like $20, and you thread it into your cylinder, put compressed air to it, and then you look for bubbles in your radiator. So I think I'll do that. Order one of them up, go around, check the cylinders, and see if I can see bubbles in the radiator when I'm compressed on one of these cylinders. Of course it's got to be top dead center, or at least have the valves closed, but I think I'm going to do that to see if I can isolate, well, for one, to see if that happens, see if I get bubbles. I think probably shouldn't see any bubbles at all. But if I do get a cylinder or two where there's some bubbles, then at least I'll have a location to look. I can either look at the head gasket or look at the cylinder head. This engine, I don't know anything about it, right? Like, I bought the block. It's an Explorer block I bought out of a barn. I don't even know where the heck it was. South Lyon maybe. And then the GT40P heads I bought 2 heads. One of them was bad, so I bought the other one off eBay. You know, I found that out when I took them to the shop, the machine shop. There was a rust hole in one. Looked like it may have been sitting in a puddle or something like that. But the other one looked good, but you know, maybe there's a hole in one. I don't know. Anyway, I think that's probably the smartest thing to do, is try to localize it so I have some place to look. Really kind of bummed out. I know, you know, gasket kits are, you know, they're not expensive, and luckily I got some intake gaskets at the car show. They did a giveaway last weekend, so I have intake gaskets. Exhaust gaskets are probably reusable. Blower gasket I'm hoping is reusable, but I do have a couple extra. I ordered 3 when I ordered them, and distributors shouldn't have to come out. But like the head gaskets, you know, I used Felpro gaskets, so you know, I guess I should, you know, if I localize it to a head, you know, send it out and check it for flat, even though these were checked for flat when I put it together. Maybe send it to a different shop, I don't know. But you know, I've been looking online and there's all kinds of head gaskets people recommend, but you know, if anyone out there has some recommendations for good quality head gaskets that, you know, have a little bit of forgiveness and you can run with boost and not worry about blowing them out. I don't think I blew it out. I think I probably have something from the get-go. I did use new ARP bolts and use the lube and the sealer and all that good stuff, so I don't know. I'm a little bit disappointed right now, obviously, but I'm not going to jump the gun until I do localize it and verify that that's what I do have going on. I was really hoping to have this running by the Fox Fest and take 2 cars, but you know, this is my project car and it is what it is. I wanted to get some enjoyment out of it before I had to pull it apart again. It's a bit of a bummer, but again, I don't know for sure. So that's where we're at. Just wanted to put this out there and you know, ask you guys, you know, what do you guys think? What else should I check? You know, I could do a compression check, but that doesn't, you know, I could have compression and still have, you know, a tiny leak on the coolant. I think pressurizing each cylinder is the way to go, but you tell me. Like I've said before, I'm no professional at this. I'm just a guy with, you know, a bunch of tools and a little bit of time on my hand. So let me know, and please, I wanted to you know, mention please like and subscribe. The subscriptions really do help. I see I'm getting, you know, some decent view numbers, but my subscriptions are still pretty low. You know, the more I get, guys, the more, you know, I have a chance at getting something from YouTube where I can put into the car. You know, I'm not looking to get rich. It's a hobby. It's fun. I like documenting, doing what I'm doing, and you know, talking to you guys. That's what it's all about. You know, the communication and the comments. That's the enjoyment. And the car shows, it's really fun. You know, I went to a car show last weekend, like I said, you know, in the last video, and you know, a couple people recognized me, and that's a lot of fun. You know, I had those intake gaskets. I gave the kid some intake gaskets, so yeah, that's a lot of fun. You know, I love the automotive sport in general. I don't love doing things 2 and 3 times, but you know, we'll persevere. We'll get beyond this. And again, if you have any, if you'd like any t-shirts, hoodies, let me know in the comments if you're local, and we'll try to hook up save you on shipping. But I will have some at the Fox Fest. So hope to see you there. And until next time, guys, thanks for watching.